Hey, Star Wars fans and Rule the Galaxy friends. It is Joe behind the mic and hanging out with two of my best pals, Alfie and D-Doc. Welcome to chapter 335 of the Rule the Galaxy podcast. It's been a while since the three of us have gotten together. There's been some different iterations of the show over the past month, but everybody's busy. Everybody's chasing our kids or jobs, moving houses, a little bit of everything. So this is a good time for us to escape reality, as Brent always says, and just talk the wars. So we'll do that, but we'll talk about some other topics. As always, follow us at Rule the Galaxy or Rule the Galaxy SW on every kind of social media platform. We are on YouTube. If you're watching us now, thank you. And also, we're on all podcast platforms of choice. So check us out there. Email us with any thoughts, comments, concerns. Rule the Galaxy SW at gmail.com. And with that, I'm kicking it over to my cousin, my friend for a long, long time, Alfie Molinaro. How you doing, Alfie?
Doing good, man. Like you said, it's been a minute. It's been a busy summer. Uh, Lots of sports. Got a kid driving now. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it's. I rode once with him so far, but I do not do well in a car when I'm not driving. So he did nothing wrong. He drove perfectly fine, but about halfway, I said, I got to drive.
I love it.
wow. Hey, I saw him the other day at the movie theater.
You did?
Yeah, Lori and I went to see Fantastic Four, and your mother-in-law and Enzo were
Yes.
walking out of a movie.
Yeah, they went to see Jurassic Park, whatever, Rebirth, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going
It,
to go see that one. I don't know why. Just even
yeah,
though I'm a big Scarlett Johansson fan, I don't know if I'm going to
he,
see it.
he's a big Jurassic Park guy, so he wanted to see it. Me personally, that's not something I would spend $20 on, but that's just me. I'm sure we're going to get into that later.
Yep,
I wouldn't spend $20 to see a few of the movies we're going to talk about.
you got it. I get it. Well, one, glad to see you, and glad things are going well. And
Yep.
yeah, life's crazy. School starts for all your kids next week, right?
Next week, so yeah, the kids go back to school. We got volleyball tryouts tomorrow. Football starts immediately this week. Robin goes back to work at the school, and then in the midst of it, we're in the thick of it, building the house. So it's
Wow.
busy. Yeah,
Well, remind yourself or Robin to send me via text or something the schedule for football, because even though I've got a completely swamped fall, there's nothing like watching a Friday night football game under the lights. So, want to
and
check that out.
there's nothing like a small town Friday night football
Yeah,
game.
it's
It's
good
it's
times.
it's good stuff.
Hey, Dr. Squatch, thanks for the shout out. Go Cubs, go right there. Dr. Squatch, always a blessing and a privilege to have you come on and join us here. So, thanks for doing that. D Doc, man, I tell you what, I think you and I text, and every now and then I see you post some things, but it's like we've lost touch with each other over the past few months. But I get it 100%. How are you? We've missed you.
Good, good. It's yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. I feel like I've been away more than I've been home for almost like the duration of this summer. It really has been crazy, and it's funny because it's like the kids' sports like have slowed down. Where it's like we're not in organized sports right now. They're in. David's just been doing basketball camps. Harper's been doing some camps, but nothing where we're going to games on the weekend or anything. But man, it's been a wild one. But we're calming down a little bit. So I'm really happy to be back on. I miss you guys, So hopefully,
What
hopefully a little.
what have been some of the adventures? I know what last week was like Sarasota Springs or something like that, or
Yes. So it was it was my father-in-law's 60th birthday. So he thought it was just me, Meg, and my brother-in-law and his wife, and then my other brother-in-law. He thought it was just us going up to Saratoga. Well, Meg's uncle from California flew in to our house on like Sunday before. So he was with us for about 5 days before we went to Saratoga. And it was a big surprise for her dad that all this extended family was in Saratoga while we were there. And he grew up around the racetrack. So it was like, Yeah, it was it was a really good surprise for his 60th. We had a good time out there. I actually got I had like my best gambling day of my life the second day that we were there. So
Uh,
yeah, it was good. It was fun, and yeah, just some shore trips and just yeah, it's been crazy.
It's all right. Life's allowed to be crazy, and I think I keep saying Sarasota, but it's Saratoga, and I know
Yeah.
that because Joey went there for a race a year or two ago, and there's guys up there who know him in that area. So I should have known that, but for some reason it keeps sticking in my head, Sarasota. Something that's going to connect you and me for sure here, D Doc. I I can't say that Ryan Sandberg was the best manager, and I know that the Cubs Phillies tie, he came up and played his actual first major league game with the Phillies before he came up and played his first full season with the Cubs, and then later on managed the Phillies. So there's a tie there with Sandberg. But I'm as Dr. Squatch mentioned, wearing my Cubs hat right now in honor of Rhino of Sandberg, and he was my favorite baseball player of all time. You know, I I was one of those kids that was lucky enough to get home from school just in time to catch WGN every day. And Sandberg, before they added Dawson, before they added Grace, before they added Dunston, Sandberg was the guy. And so for me, and you get Harry Carey and Ryan Sandberg on an afternoon after school every day. That was fantastic. And that 1984 Cubs team that should have been in the World Series but didn't get there. That team right there was baseball to me. And so, just a quick shout out to Rhino, and Joey actually is going to Wrigley tomorrow with some friends, and they're going to be wearing throwback retro jerseys, all with number 23 on the back of them at the game. So very cool thing. And Joey was lucky; he was kind enough to take me and Lori and my brother Nick to Ryan Sandberg Day last year at Wrigley when they unveiled his statue, and we were all of, I don't know, less than 100 feet away from the stage, and got to see all that and got to see the statue and be a part of that day. And that was a memorable thing. And so before we get in all the fandom stuff, I just had to throw it out there. And I don't know if the rest of the baseball world felt the same way, but for people in the Midwest and people who were around the Cubs, man, just tough day. So when you start seeing your heroes pass, it is tough. Hey, Dr. Squatch, yeah. He was my dad's favorite player too, and the reason he became a Cubs fan, also the reason I'm a Cubs fan today. Dr. Squatch, man, I like you more and more every day. That's kind of scary right there. Um, yeah, here we go. Joe Doc, listening in. Came to the Phils in the worst spot. Charlie was out, and our team was absolute trash.
Yeah, he had a tough task when he was our head coach. He did not have a good team. He was kind of given an impossible task. My dad absolutely loved him as a player too. That's why I remember when he became our coach. My dad was just like, he was a hell of a player. He just played hard. And I was watching the highlights of him and like the double plays he would turn. It's insane.
Yeah. He so when we were at Steel City Con, I don't know if you guys remember this or not, but it was in a tub of toys for like $1 or $2. And I couldn't pass it up. I was like, man, I never had this. Bought this Ryan Sandberg. What are these, league lineups or something like that?
Starter.
Maybe, yeah. I don't even. But heck, it's really
Starting
cool.
lineup.
Starting lineups.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, but now we've got obviously all the Star Wars characters behind me, but to have Sandberg here on my shelf and his bobblehead from Sandberg Day at Wrigley, very cool stuff. But not to bring everybody down, but just thought it was cool with the Philly and the Cub relationship here on that. Yeah, so good stuff. And Azalea is chiming in as Alfie. Before I get going on hundreds of weird topics and everything else, what is going on in your Star Wars world? Like, I've loved seeing the Lego postings and the characters you've been finding and little things that Alfie finds on the interwebs to send our way. What has caught your attention while we're in this slow time of things you'd want to talk about related to Star Wars. I don't care which one starts. Oh, D-Doc's
Finally,
bringing the heat.
finally got the Anakin Black Series, man. It was the last one on there. It is a great looking figure too.
Yeah.
It really is. They got the face. Like I'm holding it up as close as I can right here, but like it it looks great. It really does. I mean, he's got the actual cloth robe
Mm,
too. I mean, they didn't miss on it, man. Black Series is putting out some good stuff right now.
that is a great looking character right
Yeah.
there.
That was one I did not mind paying full price for.
Oh, even
Pretty
the
cool.
artwork. Brent would
Yeah.
love this. The
Gotta love
artwork's
some
even
box
good.
art.
Yeah, very good. So very good. Yeah, you know, I've been like, although I've missed a bunch of shows here over this summer, I've been so fired up to see you getting into the Lego, Joe. Like, it's really like, I don't know if you know how fired up I am. Like, I started building another set after I built the Tantive 4 because you got that, and I saw it on that great deal. It was the last one. I got it for like $23 or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that. I was
Yeah.
like, this is an absolute no brainer. So
Yeah.
I just started building this Droideka last night because this is another
Nice.
affordable one. So it folds up and everything. So I'm working on that one. It's
Well,
just
I love that. That is awesome. Yeah. So Lori is finishing up. She likes to rotate between the Lego now that we started this and her puzzles. So she's finishing up a puzzle, and as soon as she's done with that, we will start into. I think we're going to do the Tantive 4 first, and because it's less pieces, smaller, and then she'll probably do another puzzle. Then I'll hop right into the R2 because that R2 looks intense to build that. So I'm really pumped about that, and I'm I'm keeping my eye on it. What I've basically been doing is scouring the shelves and seeing anything that's on sale, anything that's a good bargain, and trying to figure out what makes sense. So yeah, they're fun. And now that I know Lori is like, hey, I kind of dig doing these as well. It's cool, and now can sit up on my shelf behind me, and yeah, it's like a little artwork or figure, of its own. So thank you guys for getting me hooked on it.
do you have the Target app on your phone?
Lori does. I do not.
Because you got to scan with the Target app while you're in store. I look like a crazy person, but I scan every barcode in my store while I have it set to my store because the price that's marked on the shelves for Lego lately is not always what it says it is.
Okay.
Because sometimes things might be heavily discounted. Sometimes I even get a different scan on the in-store scanner that's near the aisle where,
Okay.
where you go to the machine. So
Well, yeah, Lori's that red whatever member, right? She's got all the little things you get, the little special bonuses here or there. So I need to keep my eye on that. I've definitely been watching things like Mercari, things like eBay. I've been watching. I've been going into Ollie's again after a little while off because every now and then I'm like, what if something just sneaks in and I can find it, right? I mean, so between Walmart, Meijer, and Target, both of us, she and I both do the Lego sweep when we go through now, and it's kind of cool. She really wants, believe it or not, the one that I was like, I don't think I want the one that just says Star Wars. She was like, actually, I kind of want to make that one. So she goes, I'm going to keep my eye on it and see when it, because I was like, it's going to go on clearance. I mean, it just is.
yeah.
So when it does, we'll probably get that one too.
They already marked that one down a little bit, which I'm surprised because that just came out the last wave. They've already taken like $5 off it. So
Okay.
yeah, once that one does like the $10 drop, I'll be snatching that one up as well.
Alfie, I think I saw you sit with some show and tell.
Yeah, so for showing off, yeah, I got this the day before you. I don't know, a couple days ago. Got it from work. Some I don't know what you call them, being a good employee points. So we're excited to build that one. It'll go with the. I have the R2D2 that will go with it that I actually got from work as well.
I'm gonna do a show and tell that has nothing to do with Star Wars to continue our show and tell time, but our friend Ryan Massengale, Mass, as everybody affectionately calls him, is getting married in September.
Nice. Congrats,
He
man.
asked me to be the officiant of the wedding. So, Joe Molinaro is an actual ordained person who can perform weddings now.
Let's go.
I've got the card. Where is it? There we go. Showing Joe Molinaro, member, right there. So yeah, I'm going to be performing his wedding, and the fun part about it is they give me a little badge that says I'm part of the clergy, and they give me a parking pass that I can use at places for the clergy. So if you guys
Nice.
need me for anything to park close anywhere, just let me know because I'm official now. So.
Wasn't that an episode of Friends?
Tribbiani becomes yeah. Everything's on the internet, man.
At Chandler's wedding.
Yes. Hey, Dr. Squatch is saying, I'm afraid I'm going to have to purchase this V19 torrent here soon. Guys, what's the V19 torrent?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was a ship from Clone Wars.
Pull it up, D-Doc.
Guys, am I
Isn't that
breaking
the
up
one
on your
that,
end a little bit? I feel like I might have bad internet connection. I'm not. I'm moving smooth.
No,
You're fine.
You guys are like
Isn't that
shifting
the
on
one-
my screen, but I just
Well,
wonder if it's
Joe
on
keeps
my
freezing
end.
on my screen.
For J-Doc and Dr. Squatch, if you guys see any of us freezing up, please send us a quick note and let us know.
I will bring up the V19 torrent, though. Well, you know what? I took a picture of it in store.
Looks like an upside down shuttle.
Yeah, I took a picture of it on the shelf, actually, because Squatch, that's actually a good deal out of this series. I think that one is actually a reasonable price for the figures you get with it, too. You get Kenobi.
Oh.
You get Kenobi, Asajj, and is it a phase? Or no? Yeah, Clone Pilot. Yeah, so that the bottom end folds up, and then the legs fold up as well. So it's a pretty cool looking ship, actually. They made one in the past where the top wing when it was up, or the top wing when it was like up, you could slide it, and the bottom wings would go up with it. It had this like crazy gear system in it, so if you took the top end and spun it down, the side wings would go into flying position with it. And it had landing gear when you flipped it up. So like Lego community is like, the old one we had was better, but like, I mean, it's hard to repeat some things you do in the past, but this one looks great. I would buy it, Squatch.
What's that one going for?
65.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes on it because that is, with the figures that come along with it, that is good. So Alfie, I'm gonna let you know that if they're saying you're kind of freezing up every now and then or looking fuzzy, is Azalea right next to you with a laptop or an iPad or something?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna say because I know when I've had like another laptop near me using the internet or my phone.
I reverse jinxed us. It's like extremely smooth now, so I'm glad I said it.
Hey guys, I wanted you to take a moment and feel the sense of pride for another topic here. We outlasted the High Republic.
That's right.
I think we started before, and we're still going, and the High Republic is gone.
Yeah. I was thinking about this earlier, and I didn't say anything snarky. I wanted to make jokes about it. I will always respect the people that put the work into it and wrote the novels, wrote the comics, made the shows, all that stuff. But yeah, it just was not very successful. The first book sold very well. After that, it went downhill really fast.
Yeah.
I lost track. I think I read the first 3 books, and that's where I stopped.
Yeah, I read the first 3, and then it just wasn't for me. I had little to no interest in it.
I mean, you guys reading the first 3 books is definitely giving it a fair chance on your end. Like, I didn't read any of them, but, like, I'm an audiobook guy, which they had them. But it sounds like you guys gave it a fair shake by at least going 3 books into it. It's not
Yeah.
like you read half of the first book and said, "This isn't for me." So,
I would agree with you, and I think here's where they messed up. One, it had a ton of potential. Two, I watched a YouTube video the other day that recounted the entire history and what took place when they did Shadows of the Empire. And Shadows of the Empire, to this day, Alfie, I don't think either one of us will say it's the best Star Wars out there, but
No.
it holds a special place in our heart. And there's still things, whether it was the game, whether it was the book, whether it was the comics, whether it was the soundtrack, whether it was the figures, they did it the right way. And I think they could have done High Republic the same way, and they just didn't. Like, if you just started releasing High Republic figures when the first novel came out, and then you release High Republic comics to go along with those figures, and then you put somebody build a soundtrack or a video game or a small animated snippets, right? Like Tales of the High Republic, for
Hmm.
example, all at the same time, winner, winner, chicken dinner, and it would have kept more people involved, in my opinion.
This is a very interesting topic because if our friend was here,
Yes.
he would say, well, people don't consume media that way anymore. So books are destined to fail. That is a bad idea. Okay. However, when Disney acquired Lucasfilms, they put out a complete edition of the Thrawn trilogy. Okay. So we're not really talking that long ago. And it sold 5 million copies
Mm-hmm.
for a book that's been out for however long. I can't remember when exactly it came out.
1991.
We'll just say this was released in like 2015, something around there. So yes, so you're talking like
the year I
20
was
some
born.
years,
Yeah.
and it sold 5 million copies. That's outselling all of the High Republic books together. Um, and you could say, well, audiobooks and whatever, but there's no real good way to measure that. No, there's no numbers for it. So you can't really use that argument because you can't measure it.
Yeah, this says 91 on it. Is this the original?
Yep.
Yeah, 91.
And if people don't consume media that way anymore, then why did the Heir to the Empire trilogy sell 5 million copies? Is it all just nostalgia? I mean, we can say a lot of it is collectors and nostalgia, but everybody, why didn't they buy this?
What? I mean, D-Doc hit it. You and I reading 3 books, 3 novels,
Mm-hmm.
and I think actually I read more because there were some young adult
Right.
ones that went around with it. So I read 3 novels and then probably 2, at least a couple young adult novels.
The 2 young adults came out like right at with the first novel.
Yeah. So I mean, I put the time and effort in. I just think again, throw out. Brent will say that the print thing is gone or dead or whatever, but if you put out just a book explaining who's who and having animated thing or drawings of that or something like that in the book and explaining how things fit together so you can just know, and then also something else. I still think they're missing out by not doing figures. I still think they're missing out. It could have been something to where people are like, huh, I want to learn more about that character because I like this figure, or vice versa, right? Or I like that figure, that character. I'm going to go buy the figure. We don't sell toys like we used to anyway, so just put them on sale on Hasbro Pulse and whatever the other one is, Entertainment Earth, and so on. I don't know. I just feel like it was a big miss, and I hate that. I'm glad there are big fans of High Republic. I'm glad there's fans of the Acolyte. That's great if that's what you like, but neither one of them work for me. So
They didn't work for a lot of people. I mean, that's just the way it is. Outlaws didn't do very well, and we keep coming back to these, trying to find these reasons of why these projects don't do well. But at some point, you have to look at it and say, yeah, this was just a miss. You can make all the excuses for something, but if you have a similar product that sells well and people buy it, and people want a second one and a third one,
Mm-hmm.
and at some point you have to say, what are they doing different than what I'm doing?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of book crazes going on right now too, because my wife is into that, the Fourth Wing books. A Court of Thorns and Roses or whatever. I mean, these books I'd be running to the stores to grab them if there was special editions for her, because if I'd feel like I'm toy hunting. She'd be like, "Oh, there's a special edition of the actual printed book," like where. It was fun to be going and buying physical copies, and I would see
Yeah.
other people near the book areas buying them. So people will still the physical book the physical book is still very much alive as long as what you're doing is good and word of mouth spreads.
Again, to my point, if you go into a bookstore, there's a big display that's pretty prominent in most bookstores now that caters to a certain novel that people want to buy and then they want to read. You may not agree with it or think that it's as good as other stuff, but that's what a certain demographic buys.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
it's I forgot to send this to you guys, but I think it was last night I was looking to throw a movie on and I was buzzing around on Disney Plus Star Wars, and they have Star Wars in chronological order if you
mm-hmm.
scroll down far enough, and the Acolyte is the first thing to Phantom Menace on there, and it kind of like kills me a little bit. I wish it was
uh,
Phantom Menace first. It's like I don't know. It's like for like the complete unknown Star Wars fan, where they're like, "Oh well, I got to watch this Acolyte show before I watch the Phantom Menace." If you're going to watch in chronological order,
hmm.
you would feel like you're living in two different worlds of Star Wars. There, I mean,
Yeah.
which it is two different worlds of Star Wars, but I don't know. It's just funny. It all kind of feels like a fever dream. That kind of like
It,
that.
it all goes together. Like I'm saying, the novels did not sell well.
Mm-hmm.
The show did not appeal to the masses. It's got the it's at the bottom of viewed minutes. Whether or not that's the right way to judge it, I don't know, but that's what you got. How many people watch this thing? It's at
Yeah.
the bottom. You had a kids television show on a network that you own, and you have to dump all the merchandise to Ollie's. Not just some. We're
All.
not just talking. Hey, these Inquisitor vintage, retro figures didn't sell. The entire run of this stuff is at Ollie's. Every single piece.
And I bought a good amount of those Young Jedi.
It's
Like,
not a bad show.
yeah, I bought them.
And
I got them set back for Frankie and Teddy and Mira. I'm like, at
yeah,
some point in time, here's some
it,
inexpensive
it's
toys.
it's a good kids Star Wars show, but it just kills me that it's on a network that you own and you didn't advertise it. How do you do that?
Don't know. Hey, Hyperspace Heroes says hello. Hey, you doing? Aaron. Aaron's probably sending that because he runs that main line there. Aaron, great to have you with us. Guys, I know you love how much I've gotten into Lego, but throwing a special surprise at you tonight.
Ooh,
I'm going back to Orlando here in a few months,
nice.
and we're going to go to the Universal Studios Horror Nights right before Halloween, and then
Nice.
we're going to go to the Disney World Not So Scary Night also. So basically, on a long weekend, me, Lori, and Emily, because she loves haunted stuff, are going to fly down and go visit those two events. And you've got to buy the higher dollar tickets because they get you the fast passes and
Mm-hmm.
they get you special lines and all that stuff. So we are making a weekend out of it, flying down, doing those 2 nights, flying back. So I will give you updates of anything if I beat you two down there. I'm not sure next time you guys are heading that way, but very interested to see how they encompass anything Star Wars related with the horror or scary night thing.
Joe, have you done your research on videos of the Halloween Horror Nights at Universal? It's like a
Yeah,
big deal there, man.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
a very big deal there. Like people wait all year for that. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. I'm not the biggest of haunted house people, but Emily likes it, and so I said I'll put my head down and I'll go do it. So I'm more of the Disney not so scary kind of guy thing. So I'm looking forward to that one more with Jack Skellington and all the characters dressed up in Halloween gear and all that. So, but I'll tough it out for her. But yeah, I saw the videos. It's
That will be fun.
got like 5 or 6 haunted houses in Universal for that. And there's some new guy that I had no idea is even around called the Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Emily's all pumped about that. So I'm excited about that. If I see anything down there that stands out, I'll shoot you guys some pics and see if there's anything you guys need me to bring back when I go. Because they always have those exclusive things at Disney related stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm pumped. It's an exciting little trip.
Yeah, I'm actually heading to Orlando in 3 weeks, man.
You're beating me there.
I'm going to Disney, yeah. So we've been like kicking the tires on a vacation there kind of all summer, and it's like with Disney you can book and you can cancel like leading up to it. And we were going to go on a cruise, and then like the price was kind of astronomical because it was on the brand new ship they have, and like it came time to give the full payment for it, and we were like, we're not doing this. then it turned out. You are on your headset now, by the way.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of like we Meg has all the reservations locked in. I mean, she's our like she's our quarterback for the you know about that, Joe, because you're saying Joey's wife does like that stuff. You need a quarterback when you go to Disney World.
You do.
So she's got all the stuff booked and everything. I mean, I'm wondering how hot it's going to be because it's last week of August. But yeah, we wanted to get it in for the kids this year, and it was something that we wanted to do, you know. So I'm
good.
I'm excited for it. You know, we went to Disneyland. I'm on a Disney run right now. Actually, I think this will be like 4 years. I need to join the vacation club because I feel like I could be paying. I feel like I could be saving money on it actually, just because I think it's 4 years now we've done stuff with Disney. So.
Holy cow.
I think we are going in January.
Wow. We're just gluttons for punishment here, the three of us. We're just spending money and going.
You know, I've seen enough
with you.
I'm telling you though, I've seen videos about core memories in your life being on vacations, and I do believe in that because a lot of my memories growing up are from vacations, and I know like what's the one financial guy is like, don't go on vacations, save your money, don't go on vacations.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, vacations are some of the best memories you make with family and your kids, you know what I mean? And I mean, you know it, Joe, because your kids are older now. Your life is in fast forward with your kids. I mean, think about it, Alfie.
Yeah.
My Harper and Azalea were like babies when I joined this podcast, and now like look at them. And it doesn't feel like we've been doing it that long. So, like, I mean, we have been, but time flies. So, got to enjoy it while you're here.
You are 100% correct. And just be miserable and die with money. Thank you, Joe Doc. You know, Lori and I talk about it a lot. And something happened when I turned 50. And when I turned 50, I just looked and said, I'm not going to follow the same rules anymore. And I'm not going to put things away and say, well, I'm going to hold on because what if this happens? What if that happens? Well, life's going to happen. And why are you not enjoying life when you should be? And, you know, our parents are both in their 70s. And I no disrespect to my parents or my wife's parents, but in their early 70s, they do a lot of just sitting around doing nothing. And guys, 54 to 70 is not a long stretch. Seems like it is, but it's not. And so I'm like, who's to say that by the time I make it to 70, if I'm there, that I'm not just sitting there broken down, hurting, tired, whatever else, and hating the world, right? So while I'm this age, I'm going to do everything and see everything that I can, because you can't take it with you, and you might as well have fun. That's why before I go to Disney and Universal with Emily in October, Lori and I are spending 2 weeks in Italy and living life, because before we know it, you're going to be like, boom. And Wayne Bush, friend of the show, he's been on as a guest. When he and I were talking about Sandberg the other day, he said, just remember, there all comes a day for all of us when there is no time left. And he was like, so just soak it up, take it all in now. And so the fast forward you're talking about, the more I respect that and say it's too short. So just go enjoy it and have fun. Do things like this. Talk with your friends about Star Wars and fun. So that's what I'm going to do.
Hell yeah. That's a clip worthy. That's a clip worthy speech, Joe. I might have to go back and grab that.
I appreciate it. Hey, did I miss anything? Did the big GL say anything big at San Diego Comic-Con? I had no reference as to what he talked about there, but I know it's a big deal he was there. But did he say anything big while he was there?
Do you got any info on it, Alfie? I know it was about that museum.
Yeah, just all the only clips I saw were about the museum or him talking about basically that Star Wars is art. That if you feel emotion to what you create, then it's art. I really didn't see anything else.
Well, good. We don't need any more fights between Star Wars fans. I just wanted to make sure if I missed anything big or any announcements. So here's Dr. Schwartz chiming in with something, guys.
Yep.
Sounds like there would be a life-size N1 starfighter at his museum. Kind of hard to miss that and pass that up.
How many people are going to get a picture in that? Well, if it is a picture opportunity, and say, this is pod racing.
Love it.
Dude, if they could get Jake Lloyd there for the opening of that museum and have him there in front of that N1, that would be awesome.
We've said it before, that dude deserves his props. I joke all the time, between that and Jingle All the Way, there's not anybody who doesn't remember Jake Lloyd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 100 years from now, people will be talking about those two movies still. And yeah, that would be great, D-Doc. I would love to see that. Speaking of Jake Lloyd and Phantom Menace, who's ready to go see Qui-Gon Jinn play a naked gun?
Does that get your $20, Alfie?
No, that does not get it.
I'll tell you what, a lot of the early reviews I've seen on that movie, people really like it, actually. People say it's good. Have you seen him and Pam Anderson are dating now?
No way.
Yes, because they filmed that together and they fell in love while they're filming it together. This is the first woman he's dated since his wife died.
Natasha Richardson, right?
Yeah. This is the first person he's dated since her.
Wow.
Yeah. I've seen good reviews of it. So I think it debuted at like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Joey told me he wanted to go see it, and Lori wants to go see it. She was always a big Naked Gun fan. But I think Joey said some of the guys from Family Guy were involved with writing the script for this, or producing or directing. I don't know. But I mean, it's hard to say that a Family Guy thing of Naked Gun wouldn't be successful.
Yeah, I could see that working. He can do comedy. I just don't know if he can sustain, an hour and a half. The trick skit on Ted was hilarious.
Dr.
Yeah.
Squatch is green, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I
Somehow.
I saw Seth MacFarlane on the red carpet for it. So that's why I was curious if he was part of the writing group for it, because I saw him interviewing and talking about it. So
I
yeah.
don't know. Alfie, you are the guru with the Google searches, or DDoc. See if you've got anything there that's.
So I'm on IMDb right now. I'm seeing maybe Seth MacFarlane was an actor in it, but I'm the writers, Dan Greger. He's done some stuff I've seen before. Doug Mand. Yeah, a lot of these guys worked on the Chippendale Rescue Rangers remake. That's kind of funny. They worked on that together.
What the?
That movie is actually pretty funny. It was straight to Disney Plus. So yeah, another guy. Well, all these guys, a lot of the guys who did stuff with Lego Movie as well. So I don't know. That's like the right goofy comedy. Akiva Schaffer is the director of it. So he's done a lot of Saturday Night Live stuff. Yeah, he maybe he's. Yeah,
Hey.
I think he's a Saturday Night Live writer who turned director. So
I'm gonna go see it. So Lori wants to see it. She's been going to see movies with me. We're gonna go see it.
It'd be hard to top the beaver joke from the first Naked Gun movie. That is
Nice beef.
has to be one of the greatest, comedic, goofy scenes ever. I just had it stuffed. Good stuff.
I
Oh
love
my
those
God.
movies. I love those movies like that, where it's just like constant one-liner comedy throughout it.
Mhm.
Like, I love that stuff.
Well, I'll give you a review. I think Sunday afternoon. Oh man.
Squatch's AMC A list.
Wow. I should be. I'm Regal. I'm a Regal guy. So it's the only one close to my house.
Hey, I have a Regal right down the street from me. I finally got like the Regal app, and I've been collecting points on it. Like, they actually reward you pretty well
Yeah.
points wise on that.
I get
I'm
free food and drinks like every other time I go there.
Yeah, it really does. That's what me and David went and saw one movie, and then I saw like the free stuff I got after it. I was like, okay, this is actually worth it.
Old man, AMC's only like 15 minutes away. It's not that long of a drive.
I gotta take my back pill.
It'll be dark when you get out of the theater.
Hot Shots was my childhood Naked Gun, Joe Doc. Yes. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, I remember me and him watching that on like TNT when we were growing up in the living room and just like cracking up. I just for some reason remember he goes to grab a phone and it's a chicken instead of a phone at one point.
Right.
It's just the one scene that comes to mind for me. And then he like lands on the aircraft carrier, right? Like, doesn't he just like plop on it? Because it's like isn't it kind of like a Top Gun joke in that one with Charlie Sheen?
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember that movie, and just like I was probably like 10 years old, laughing my ass off at it, like hardly understanding half of the adult jokes in it.
So we're talking movies. You guys, Michael Nip invited me on to the Deuce Cast. That that was crazy. Those guys know a lot about movies. We discussed our top 10 movies from 1994. So D-Doc, what, when you were 3?
Yeah,
that's a great year for movies.
It was a killer year for movies.
Go ahead.
Off the top of my head, what are we talking here? Jurassic Park, Pulp Fiction, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump.
Jurassic Park was not 1994, but the rest all were.
But I thought it was out at the theaters at the same time. That's always kind of.
I think it's when they released. Yeah.
Yeah, but when is it actually at the theater?
Yeah, that was given their IMDb list to go through and rank my top 10. And man, guys, you're right. So many good. Lion King, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, Santa Claus, The Flintstones, Four Weddings and a Funeral, Interview with a Vampire. I mean, there was just tons of movies out in that year. It blew me away how many good movies. Speed, and True Lies were in that year. So I mean, you just had a ton of movies that were really good in that year. A lot of fun, but it was a really good time. You should go check it out. Deucecast. I think Steve Glosson and Scott Rifen are both doing a year with them soon. So that they're good guys, and Michael Nipp's great. So we'll have to have him back on the show. So it was a good time.
Yeah, 94, I'd say there was like probably still a slight chance that I might accidentally shit myself if I went out with my parents at that time. So I'm not sure what age I was properly potty trained at, but 3 probably was like 50-50 for me at that time. I don't know how quick of a learner I was.
It's okay. We each have our own timetable.
Go at our own pace.
That's right.
Oh, Joe said 8 years old. Okay, that's when I got consistent.
Hey, Callie Young, thank you for joining in, Callie.
What's up, Callie?
Smiley face, hearts. We appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us and listening. Before I get into some movie discussions, because I know you guys have other stuff, rumor stuff that I saw, I gotta pick your brain, Alfie and D-Doc. How much of this is just made up gobbledygook for me to click on their stuff?
A lot of it.
Yeah, Chris Evans looking at Star Wars. What's that all about?
That is 90% somebody's hopes and dreams, and 10% him saying to somebody at a Emmy cocktail party, "Hey, you know what would be cool is if I was in Star Wars. That would be awesome."
Okay.
The girl who played Snow White just said a few days ago that she
Yeah.
wants to be Princess Leia. That doesn't mean there's a snowball's chance in hell that she would actually ever get that role. It just means, hey, I think I could pull it off, which
No.
After the
then-
press run of Snow White, I don't think they're letting that happen.
No. What about the young lady? I saw somebody, I don't know if one of you guys sent it across, playing Asajj. The young
that's
lady.
again hopes and dreams.
Yeah. See, I mean, I see all this stuff. I don't even click on them.
Yeah, like, see, that's the equivalent of Dr. Squatch saying I want to be in Star Wars. Now,
Dr. Squatch, there's a role for you and Jack Harvey in Star Wars. I know that.
Now, the Superman actor, I mean, he's out there
Yes.
saying it to the camera. This is what I want to do, please. I want to be just an X-Wing pilot.
I don't think I've ever seen a main character in a movie that's like a total separate like company where this guy is literally like, look at me, Star Wars, look at me. I love it. I want to be in it. Like every interview he did, like it was like this guy had to have done 20 different interviews where he found a way to bring Star Wars up in every single one of them. Because like they say that he talks about it all the time on the set. Like the other actors and actresses said like he's like obsessed with Star Wars. So I'd take him. I think he's a very good actor. So
yeah, I would take him too. I thought he did really well. But yeah, that is cool. I like that somebody who's in the forefront is saying, "Hey, I'm throwing my name out there. Give me a shot." So yeah, it's good. How about the Taika movies? Is that fake now again too?
Yeah, that it has a working title of Cosmic Doom.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah. I'm sure at some point he wrote something on the first page. I mean,
that's all that's written.
I don't think it's a lie to say that he's been working on a script. He said that multiple times. His problem is actually finishing the script. I know that it wasn't too long ago somebody was brought in to finish it, or to work on it. Same with the Rey movie. That was another rumor or clickbait article. Hey, maybe in 2026 we'll start filming. that's not an absolute lie or anything. There's nothing concrete there. Uh, that's like, I can remember once in college on we said we were going to Mardi Gras. Did we go? No, but we had every intention of going. We just never quite made it all the way.
Yeah,
After being in New Orleans, I'm not sure I could go to Mardi Gras. Anyway, it's another
It
story
seemed
for
like a
another
good
time.
idea at the time.
Yeah, go ahead, D Doc.
it's funny. I feel like since Andor has ended, and it's like I'm trying to think of like how to describe it as far as like being a Star Wars fan, but it's like what first came to mind for me is it's like I'm picturing this like rough ocean of waves for like a couple years now, and then all of a sudden after Andor ended, it's like everything just went flat. And it's kind of like, okay, where are we going from here now? Because I don't know. It's like I feel like there's not as much uproar about stuff online. I haven't seen as much rumors. We know Mandalorian and Grogu is coming. We kind of know what's coming on Disney Plus. We have the Maul one coming out and everything. But it's like for me, it's like I just know that we're getting that Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
happy with that right now. Uh, I have no clue what to expect from that. I hope it's freaking awesome. I really do. I hope it like kicks ass as far as box office goes and does well. Another Pedro Pascal movie coming into theaters. I got to actually make a list of the amount of movies he's been in the last like 5 years.
Just all of them. I think he's in all of them at some point in time.
I was thinking about it the other day. Uh, I happened to catch the end of Solo, which is an okay movie. It was fun. But the end of that movie sets up so many projects. Like it gives you a sense of direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just ends, and you did nothing with it. Uh, the Mandalorian season 2, it looked like you were setting up this like future, and then even though the projects were pretty successful compared to the other stuff you've released, you just completely dropped that momentum of or that sense of what you were building on, and in favor of a lot of projects that you never know if a project's going to fail or not. They did fail, so what are you going to do? Well, now it's 10 years later. uh yeah, I'd be excited a little bit for a Book of Boba Fett season 2, but at this point, I kind of forgot about that. uh yes, we're getting an animated Maul series, but man, that would have been so much better than live action if you would have continued with Kira and the young Han Solo and Chewie. You had something to build off of there. You've waited too long, and it's never going to be as successful as it would have been if you would have kept going in that direction.
Agree.
100%.
And now, again, you've got a whole slate of projects that are all up in the air of whether they'll actually ever be done, and do they tie into anything? I understand you want new ideas. We want new, but at the same time, Star Wars works best when you can build off of a foundation of ideas.
So real quick, we got some comments. Dr. Squatch, I'm a big fan of the guy who played Superman. Ed Sheeran has been sharing his love for the prequels recently as well. Joe Doc, if Mando and Grogu doesn't hit, it's going to be tough. Agreed. And then Dr. Squatch, I'm sure y'all, and I love that he puts y'all in there. Won't agree, but I like Kenobi season 2. I'm on an island. I'm not against the Kenobi season 2.
I'm not either. I think they would learn from what fans took issue with in the first season and put a real budget into it if they did a second season of it.
I think there's possibilities. I don't think it needs young Leia. I don't think it even needs much of Luke. I think it needs to be something that pulls him away for a short period of time to have some kind of challenger, or I don't know what out there. You could bring Asajj Ventress, Quinlan Voss, the path that we talked about, all those things into the storyline, right? So yeah, Dr. Squatch. I think Alfie may be leaning towards not needing it, but D-Doc and I are okay with it.
I'm not going to say we don't need it, but what we don't need is something that you work for a decade on, and at the end of the day, you've plagiarized a novel, a comic book series, and a video game. You know, there's a reason why it's not held in that high of regard because it just you could literally watch that episode and see that these people just played Jedi Survivor, and it's the exact same thing as the game. It would have worked. Kenobi was the one character that didn't need to go off planet. He didn't need an adventure. A series about him with PTSD and dealing with, you know, Anakin, just the memories of Anakin. That would have worked so much better. Yeah,
I'm
the
okay
Vader
with him.
fight is awesome, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not because it makes what came before less.
You could actually, as you said, plagiarize. You could actually grab John Jackson Miller's Kenobi novel, where he doesn't leave the planet and where it's not facing the Empire, and that was a daggone good book, and you can
Right.
make that into a Disney Plus series.
I agree.
But that should have been season 1, not season 2.
Yes.
He's already dealt with those things. We've moved past it. You can't go back and re-deal with it.
Cowabunga, Leonardo.
Hey, see, Dr. Squatch, man, when Dr. Squatch is here, it just raises the game for everything. And seeing him with that helmet makes me so happy. Real quick, I know I told you I was going to talk real quick about Fantastic Four and Superman, just because I want to see Alfie's head explode talking about me spending $40 to go to the
Hey,
movies.
it's your money. You do what you want with your money.
Well, it's technically $13, right? Is it
Yeah,
13 full
yeah.
price?
So
That's not. That's if you go. That's if you go raw. You know,
He,
if
he
you,
gets
if you
that
raw
senior
dog it.
discount too, though.
man,
That's if you go no popcorn and drink. So
yeah. So one, Hyperspace Heroes sent out to us or tagged us on what's going to be the Captain Rex Y-wing in the Micro Squadron.
Mm-hmm.
So that is definitely on my agenda when I see that coming out to add to my Y-wing collection. That looks awesome. So it's Rex and a Y-wing. How can I go wrong with that? But I did find on Amazon there was a Micro Squadron Y-wing already that I had no idea about. That is in the cart and about ready to go, and that will be adding to the Y-wing collection. So between Y-wings and Captain Rex, I'm going to keep adding to the wall behind me here. But man, I went for decades without a Y-wing in sight, and now here I am, just stockpiling them. I'm going to have my own fleet behind me here pretty soon. So that's pretty cool. And yes, that was an incredible book, Dr. Squatch. There's a lot of good Star Wars books out there. Not great ones, but there's a lot of good ones. But that one right there was one of my favorites, the Kenobi one. So you guys neither one have seen Superman or Fantastic Four?
I saw
No,
Superman.
that's right.
I saw it on opening day with David. Actually,
right.
It was a good time.
That's right. So D-Doc, I went into Superman not with high expectations. I thought I'm gonna go see it, gonna go check it out. It was a good, fun movie. There were some little things here or there that I was like, I wasn't the biggest fan of this or that, but I was entertained, as Brent always likes to talk about. It was an escape from reality to go in there and watch. I thought the gentleman who played Superman did a really good job. I thought Lois Lane was a pretty cool Lois Lane. I don't know if I was the biggest fan of Nathan Fillion's Green Lantern character. He was a little weird.
I kind of liked him, but yeah, he was weird.
Yeah, he was weird, but you know what? It worked because he was kind of the opposite. He was a prick compared to always good guy Superman. Mr. Terrific, I knew nothing about him. Do you guys know who Mr. Terrific is before this movie?
Nope. I knew he was after it, but
Yeah, I went into my DC encyclopedia and read up on him. You know, he was a decathlon athlete. He was a genius. So he best of both worlds, I guess. And then his wife died, and so he wanted to put his effort into this. And man, pretty decent character. But I had no idea who he was before the movie. But overall, I think it sets up for some good things in the future for DC or Superman. I thought it was a good movie, an entertaining movie. There's a rate up there with the highest of highs of the MCU. No, but it was fun and good, and I liked it. And I would probably go back and see a second one, unless this guy's playing just X-wing pilots and doesn't have time to do Superman again. I went and saw Fantastic Four last night with Lori. She had no idea what anything was about Fantastic Four, except when we went and saw Thunderbolts, that tag scene at the end
Mhm.
with Fantastic Four coming in, because they're in a different Earth. They're in Earth, like
Right.
another zone, time, whatever.
Mhm.
And I guess to get rid of all these multiverses in the future, bringing all this together is where it's going to go in the future. I really liked the 60s motif. I really liked the way it was set up, and I wasn't sure if I would like the new Silver Surfer, but you know what? The girl from from Ozark, Ruth from Ozark, she played it well, and I think her and Johnny Storm, I think they played well off each other for the storyline they were following. Thing was, he was awesome, Ben, and Reed and Sue Storm were, or Sue Richards. I thought both of them played their characters very well. I'd only seen the young lady in the Mission Impossible movies. She was the white, I don't know, what is it? The White Widow or something instead of the Black Widow. But she did a really good job as the Invisible Woman. And good movie. I'm between Thunderbolts and this one. I'm really looking forward to seeing where Marvel goes from here. So I would give both of them a thumbs up. Liked them both. They were not perfect movies, either one, but they were both really good and enjoyable movies. D-Doc, how about you with Superman?
yeah, I thought I really enjoyed Superman, and part of it will also be nostalgia bait with me going with Little David, and he really
Mm-hmm.
liked it. Like him and his buddies, like because we saw it at an early movie, and his other buddy like saw it that day, and we go to the local pool like later that night. His buddy's got the Superman popcorn bucket at the pool, and they're like talking about Superman and stuff. But that was the first movie. He was like, "Could we go see that again after we saw it?" Which I thought was interesting. uh, yeah. Did I think Superman was a perfect movie? Probably not. Was I entertained the whole time? Yeah, I thought it was really good. I think they, you know, to me, I would look at that as comparing it to Iron Man 1 in the MCU, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're starting at ground zero, you're establishing some new characters, you're showing, a vulnerable version of Superman. You can't start him out, at his highest power and everything. And I know a lot of people had issues that like he was getting beat up a lot in it, but I felt like they established in the beginning of the movie where it was like he's been on Earth for X amount of years and as Superman, and this was the first battle he's ever lost. Like that's how the movie starts. Sorry for spoilers if you
Yeah.
haven't seen it at this point yet, but
Well, thanks a lot.
yeah, I mean it's just like they do like kind of like the opening text for it to establish a little bit of what's going on. But I don't know. I thought it was good. I just watched Man of Steel before I went and saw that one, and it's two totally different worlds. So it's like, I like the bright, fun version of Superman where
Mm-hmm.
he kind of can be the corny hero. You know what I mean? It's not, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where it's just kind of, this is a superhero movie. We don't care if it's a little corny with certain aspects of it. It's a superhero movie. because like some of the lines he delivers, it's like
Yep.
it's almost like OG Luke Skywalker to me, kind of. You know what I mean? Where it's like I don't know. So I was a fan. I think DC has a lot of momentum after putting it out to where Gunn is like showing up at San Diego Comic-Con to like standing ovations where people are really excited to see where he goes from here. Now that's the hardest task. Where do you go from here?
Yeah. Yeah. I can
It's
see
like
that.
it's like all right, you put your first movie out. Like let's see where we go now with this cuz there's a lot of I think there's a lot of potential there. I really do. And I like David Cornsweet, so
Give a shout out real quick to Hyperspace Heroes again to our previous conversation. Listen to Dooku Jedi Lost. I think, have you guys both done that book?
mm-mm.
Oh, so good. So good. It's a good book. And the audio version, I think, is Mark Thompson, if I'm not mistaken. And then Dr. Squatch bringing it from the top rope. Saw Superman twice, Fantastic Four once. Second watch, I was blown away with Superman. Really enjoyed Fantastic Four as well, but I give Superman a slight edge. That's good. That's interesting. Look, I think they both again they were good movies that kept me entertained, and Lori liked them. So if she likes them, and she's not the biggest superhero kind of movie fan, she was entertained by them as well. So that's thumbs up all the way around on that. So we'll
I'm sure
see.
I'll see them at some time. I had no desire to pay to see them. I don't have room in my life for a fourth Superman. The Fantastic Four was 3 terrible movies. I just I
It's better than the other ones. I can tell you that.
I'm just I don't know. I'm kind of done with Marvel movies for a while. It's going to take me an Avengers level movie to watch. I mean, I still haven't watched Thunderbolts.
Mm.
I haven't watched anything since Spider-Man. That movie was so awful. It just ruined me on Marvel.
Honestly, Alfie, I will say this: Thunderbolts was the first time where I was like, and Deduct, did you watch it? I don't
I
remember
didn't see it yet.
I was talking to somebody and I was like, that might have been Marvel's first win
Yeah.
in a long time.
And I know that's maybe not a popular opinion, but yeah, the Spider-Man movie I thought was just awful. Take out
Yeah.
the 3 Spider-Men, and
Yeah.
it was so long and so boring. And
We
that's
went and
kind of
saw
the way
that together, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was not great.
No, it wasn't. I'll probably watch the Superman movie when it comes out. I really don't care for the DC universe. All their characters outside of Superman and Batman are kind of throwaways to me. There's just nothing about that universe that interests me very much. I like those characters. I'm not trying to say they're awful or anything. It's just, they're below what you would call like the. What did you say? Iron Man was a B level character, so they're below B level Marvel characters. They're big ones.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
To me.
I can agree with you on a level with that, Alfie. Where I'm like, when it comes to DC, I'm like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like I know, like I don't know, like the Green Lantern as well. But it's like I don't know a
Right.
whole lot about DC. Mister Terrific though is awesome.
He's a
Like
cool guy.
That's where it's hard for me because I love this Superman character. I just love this character. But yeah, how many times can he fight General Zod? Because
Yeah.
after that, that's
Lex Luthor and General Zod. Yeah, that's it.
that's like the extent of my caring.
I grew up watching, and it was before my time, but still was on all the time, the 60s Batman with Adam West, and then watching the superheroes, the Super Friends in the 70s. So that to me is my DC. That is what DC characters are those two. And then Christopher Reeve, obviously, in the Superman movie. So that before Christian Bale, before all these other people who played Batman and Superman, that's where I still start my focus is on that. So you've got to do some really good things for me to stick with DC on those characters.
So I know I brought it up before, so you know the answer, but I was watching a Goodwill Hunting reaction the other day, and I'm sitting there watching Ben Affleck in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then to think This is going to be the one guy in our lifetime that plays Superman and Batman.
Yeah. That's weird. And he was in Gone Girl, which I actually really enjoyed.
That's a great
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah, he was good in that one.
I actually saw that in theaters. I forget who I saw
Did
that with.
you have nightmares when you went home? Because that movie was whew.
It freaked me out. It definitely did because I went into it knowing nothing. So I was like, "Wow, this is crazy."
I've monopolized the entire show. Alfie, you mentioned you had some other things to bring up that I didn't have on my list.
So, just real quick, I happen to see this is coming from the Scarif podcast he put out today on Twitter about seeing Star Wars in theater. Did you see it when it came out? And it got me to thinking. I said, by my count, I saw 15 of the 16 in theater. So I know that number sounds off, but if you think about it, how many did you see?
Of
So
the Star Wars movies?
Star Wars movies in the theater. I'm not counting re-releases. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
re-release is just a re-release, just like the Sith one and Empire, whatever. So you got 3 for the original trilogy, right?
Yes.
So 3 for the prequel trilogy, 3 for the sequels, Rogue One,
Mm-hmm.
Solo,
Yep.
Clone Wars,
Yep.
and then I would even go as far as to count the 3 special editions. And then Episode 1 in 3D. Would you count that as a separate?
Sure, you can. I mean, it was totally something different. Yeah. So you've
that
seen
would be
everything but one of those.
Yeah, everything but Episode 1 in 3D. I would even give you bonus points if somehow you were in Europe at the time
Yeah, and the
and
Ewoks.
saw the Ewok films at the theater.
I saw the original Star Wars because I was alive when you were not, and I was 6.
I still saw Star Wars at the theater.
Okay. The only 2 things that I did not see, and it's 2, the 3D Phantom Menace, and I did not see Return of the Jedi special edition in the theater. I think it was just conflicts in a short time that was out, all that kind of stuff.
It was kind of burnt out when Jedi came out anyway.
Yeah. So I saw everything but 3D Phantom and Return of the Jedi special edition.
You saw the Clone Wars?
I did.
Nice.
So I took I think some nieces and nephews or something to go see it.
Yeah, if you don't consider re-releases for me, my number sucks because I know I saw the original trilogy ones when they were re-releasing them when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could count those 3, like because that's I think.
But you didn't see the original, so that's 3 out of 6 because you count all 6 of them.
Okay, so if you can count, or you're talking about original trilogy re-releases when I was a kid, right? The special effects improvement.
Yeah, special edition.
Right. I would consider that the special edition, so that's a separate film.
Okay.
Or separate. We'll say a separate theater experience.
So that's separate from the official count then.
Right.
Yeah. So my official count's only 5 then. Because I only saw Rogue One, all 3 of the sequels, and I saw Episode 1. Like, if you're talking about when they released.
Okay.
So, like, for the actual release of the movies. Because, yeah, Rogue One and sequels are all that I've had in my, adult life.
For you, because of your age, I would allow you, just for the argument's sake, to say saw Jedi in the theater during a release. I'm just not saying I would count it twice.
Yeah, so for the prequels, I've seen 2 out of the 3 in theaters. For the original trilogy, I've seen all 3, and then Rogue One. So that's 5, 8, and then we would be 9.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What was one you missed, Alfie?
Episode 1 3D.
Okay.
Now, if I could travel back in time, my number would be incredible on this.
It's funny. I still remember I was on a business trip in Miami when Phantom Menace 3D was out, and I finished up my stuff for the day, and it was everything I could do to not just go to that theater and watch it. I don't remember what was going on, but I was like, I'm by myself. I should just go over there, take the rental car and go watch it. And I didn't. Kick myself all the time because that'd been another one on the list. But never saw it. I don't know how good it was, but I never saw it.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do with Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four is going to be my first solo movie. Although David, he saw Superman with me, and I'm like, let's go see Fantastic Four, and he was like, he seems like he's like a little afraid of it. I don't know if he saw like Galactus and like a trailer for it, and it freaked him out or something. Where like Joe, in your opinion, if a kid saw Superman, do you think they can see Fantastic Four? Or
yeah. There's there's nothing. Fantastic Four, they portrayed them as a family in the 60s, and really it follows along that way. I can't think off the top of my head of anything brutal or just, bloody, gory, scary that he couldn't handle. I think he'd be perfectly fine.
Although, I'm kind of yearning for the solo movie experience because, I know that once I finally do it once, as you were saying, you were thinking about, I have this time. Because, today I had the time because I was working on a job and it started to rain and I was outside and I was like, my day is shot. I'm like, I could just go see Fantastic Four right now. The movie theater is across the street from the house I'm working at right now. I was like, Meg was like, you can do it. I'm like, I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about this. I should have just done it. I would have been able to talk about Fantastic Four tonight, but
that's right. Yeah. We got plenty of time.
Have you guys done the solo movie trip by yourself?
I saw Revenge of the Sith at midnight by myself.
I have not once in my life. I've not gone to a movie theater by myself.
I hear it's great.
You know what I've found? It's better to go with somebody because it's kind of like being at a Phillies baseball game. Wow. See, that was
when they're in New York.
When they're in New York. Sorry, could not resist.
Squatch, you're right about that. I was like, oh, when that happened, the little Russian roulette scene in Superman.
Yeah, that is true. Sorry. I just that thing just still cracks me up all the time. So Leonardo's having some fun with this, guys. Just keep your eyes on that. That looks like fun conversations going over there from Leonardo. Dr. Squatch, so handsome, young, and now a doctor. There's no way you go to the movies by yourself, but I guess you do. I don't know.
He needs to decompress, after surgery.
Yeah. Gets the hands sanitized and takes off. Goes out.
He's got to help all those clone troopers coming into him, man.
Damn it, man! I'm a doctor. I don't have much else. I know. Here's what I will tell you is I'm going to be a little swamped. Gosh, August and September is going to be off and on for me, so be prepared for some after hours show. Wow, thank you, John Cena. I'm going to Minnesota next week, Branson the week after that, then coming back, then heading out to Italy for 2 weeks. So it might be you two and Brent running things.
Yeah, I'll be able to start filling in again in spots, Joe. Seriously, my Disney trip is the only thing I have coming up, and life will settle down into schedule for me again.
And if you want, tell me, and I'll start lining up some of our favorite friendly guests that we have on that might come on and do some things with you guys, have some shows with you guys. So I will start looking at the schedule because, we're going to have 3 or 4 weeks where I might be out and traveling. So if I do that, I might back up if you guys want some, unless you just want to do After Dark and talk about The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, and Lord of the Rings, things like that.
Cool.
Speaking of which, you got to watch that episode of The Sopranos
I'm-
before you go to Italy.
I've already told Lori we've got it in the system,
Season
ready to
2,
go.
Episode 4, Commendatore. Don't worry about the story. Just watch it for the Italy.
Speaking of Italy, did you see the new Pope get gifted a Eagles hat yesterday?
No.
Yeah, he's an Eagles fan. So he's a Chicago White Sox fan, but he's also an Eagles fan because he was at Villanova for a while. So
Gosh, yeah.
yeah. So it was weird to see the Pope holding a fitted Eagles hat in his hands.
We live in a different world, boys. We are in a different world. It is crazy out there right now. To think that we have an American Pope. Sorry, everybody who's listening. An American Pope who likes sports. It's wild. And I'm going to do everything I can to go see him on the time frame we're in Rome, because every Wednesday morning he does, the Pope speaks out onto St. Peter's Square. So Lori and I are already putting that in the books to go see that. And there's a Steelers bar, maybe 5-minute walk from our hotel, or
There's
from
a
our
Steelers
Airbnb
bar in Italy?
in Rome.
Are you
In
serious?
Rome. We went there last time, but the Steelers weren't playing. So now we've already got it set up. Week 1, we'll be watching the Steelers and Jets in Rome at that bar.
Dude, that is crazy, man. I was watching Rodgers at your training camp, and I was watching him with McAfee last night, and Rodgers threw out the line, talking about how the camaraderie of them being at this camp where it's like not a lot of teams do that anymore, the way the Steelers go away together. He's like, we might be hanging out, hitting a couple of IC lights, and I'm like, oh, he dropped IC lights. He dropped IC lights. This guy's loving Pittsburgh.
Oh man, I
The
got to get
crowd
you guys
goes crazy.
I got to get you guys to try the mango icy lights. They're one of my favorites. I know you like regular icy lights, but there's one that's got a mango flavor to it. So good.
Aren't those for girls?
Wow. They're for old people, Alfie.
Hey, next,
Make sure you get your vitamin C for the day.
Steel City Con. We're getting some mango icy lights in the Quality Inn, man.
We are. You know what? That is yes. Joe Doc.
He's my icy light provider because like his beer store near him sells it. So like if ever he comes down to me, I'm just like,
wow.
He'll just be like, "You need me to bring anything?" And I'll be like, "Get me some icy lights."
Well, here's
Take
what
me
I'll
back to that trip.
Here's what I'll tell you. We'll plan out 2026 to do this. Invite your significant others. Joe Doc, you can invite your boyfriend with your Subaru. And then we can all go there, and I'll have Joey talk to the Steelers, see if we can get us in the stadium and go check out like the tour and everything. I'll see if I can pull some strings to get us in some cool places to go, and we'll do, instead of a rush job, we'll make it into an adventure, and we'll see a little bit of everything.
The Subaru jokes are still alive.
Yeah, make sure it doesn't, clash with any WNBA games.
It has a great safety rating, man.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, we'll talk her into it. She'll enjoy those mangoes with me. They put a new, guys. There's a thing on the river right by the Roberto Clemente Bridge, just to be more tourist guide Joe. They put a thing there, and it's called Shore Thing, like instead of Sure Thing, but it's Shore Thing. And they put like a barge out on the water, and you walk out to it, and it's just drinking out, and you're just sitting on this barge out on the river, right there in downtown Pittsburgh.
I like the sound of that.
Oh, it's awesome. We went and checked that thing out. Started pouring rain on us. We were like, well, we're here. We might as well drink. So
last time I drive you around Tire Town in my Subaru.
All right, next time we'll bring we'll bring some manly cars next time, J Doc. Oh gosh,
It was a smooth ride, bro.
it was, and I was so busy talking, I didn't even notice anything about your car. But anyway, that's all I got. What anything we didn't cover? Anything you guys want to hit on? Nothing.
No,
All
I
right.
don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. It just feels good to be back. Feels good to be talking Star Wars. I mean, even though I may have had like a small couple of weeks that I've missed here, I'm still constantly hunting for this Star Wars stuff and still knowing what's going on with you guys and everything. It's just been a little bit crazy, but we're settling down now. I'm excited to build this droideka and finish watching Gladiator 2. That's what I got going on. Joe, you saw Gladiator 2, and we could take a minute on this, but
Yeah.
I'm halfway through it, and I'm like, I'm entertained by it. I didn't get to the part where they filled the Coliseum with water yet, but I think it's okay. You know, I was thinking that's like Fantastic Four casting it because the guy who's playing the guy who's in charge is the guy who play I don't know that he's Caesar in it, is he? Like or like what his title is, but that's the guy who plays the whatchamacallit, Johnny Storm and Pedro Pascal in it as well. So you got two of the Fantastic Four in the Gladiator movie.
Wow. Yeah, no, I look for me, Gladiator is such at the top level. It's like I could watch it every day. So I was entertained. It was a decent movie, but it was like, man, I feel
My
a little let
expectations
down.
are extremely low going
Yeah,
into it.
that's
I'll say.
I'm doing the Brent thing. I put my expectations. Well, I didn't put my expectations too high. I knew what I loved about Gladiator, and I did like a lot of that movie, but it didn't hit the same way. Again, it's not a thumbs down on the movie. It
Gladiator
just
one's an
wasn't.
all timer without a
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
So
Nope. It's good. It's
If I
entertaining.
give my money to something, my expectations are high. I'm not dumbing down my expectations for just utter dog shit movies if I pay for them. Now, if I catch them on, AMC or TBS or something or streaming, okay, fine, whatever. What am I going to do? Actually work? No, I'll watch this. But yeah, I don't agree with that philosophy. That's just not me. I go to the theater. I expect it to be top tier.
Oh, I
I get you.
agree. I agree. I agree with that. We got one more Subaru comment. Scruffy drives us to ICCC every year in a Subaru. Excellent safety rating.
See, the
That's like,
Subaru.
yeah, they've got the I Survived commercial run
right.
that they do, you know?
That's right. Okay. Well, good. We got plenty of time to plan. I'll have to go look at the dates for Steels. When did we go this year? I forget when that was.
I forget as
Like
well.
April?
Yeah, maybe April-ish.
Okay. So
Baseball
we're gonna
started.
Yes. The Yankees were playing at the Pirates.
That's right.
There we go. Okay. Well, cool. That's
Hey, speaking of which, and I know we're trying to end this, but
you're right.
I got an email from them the other day. Is that a twice a year con?
It is, but I think it's going on like right now, or it just happened last weekend or this coming weekend. I think it was August. No, end of July or early August. And I'm going to be in Minnesota, Branson, all those things.
Yeah, we were there April like 4th to the 6th, I think, for it.
I don't know. I didn't know that it was a twice a year thing until I saw something pop up recently as well. And I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, it's either coming up soon or it just happened, right?
Yeah. Interesting. I saw Ray Parks was there, I think. I didn't notice anybody else Star Wars-ish.
Yep. Hey, it's all I know is it's a halfway point between us and the docks, so I'm ready. I'm ready to go meet up with them again. And
they've got Icy Light there.
That's right.
Never ending stock of it.
Fellas,
now you're talking.
Can't thank you enough. We'll celebrate again soon with some Icy Lights. And thanks for getting back together, Brent. we miss you. Hope things keep turning around, getting better, and can't wait to get us all back here together soon and do a full show. But thanks, guys. That was chapter 335 of Rule the Galaxy. And hey, till next week, may the force be with you.